Hello!
Oh my God, we're here now at the end of the year. It's been a heck of a year for the Comic Literate podcast.
Been a hell of a year. And this isn't even a bottled recording.
This isn't even our final form, I thought you were going to say.
This isn't even my final form. No, Ryan, this is my first time back out of paternity leave recording podcast stuff.
Even though last week was the episode where you actually came out of first episode you came out of paternity leave.
This is the first thing we did,
it's
right?
like a time travel conundrum.
Hello, I'm back, and thank you so much. This is a clip show.
Back again.
I'm back again, and this is a clip show.
So I thought at the end of the year, I think it'd be great to just sit around in silence and reminisce about some of our favorite moments that have happened over the year.
Yeah.
And by our favorite, I mean the ones that I chose that I deemed worthy enough to put into for me to edit into the
Because you
final
start
episode.
compiling this list in January, don't you?
Yeah, last year I did it like midway through the year. So I was like, why now I know I need to start earlier for that moment. And literally it's just me or whoever's editing, probably me, always me, just being like, that was a good bit. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we're going to sit here in silence and reminisce. And hopefully if we reminisce hard enough, the thoughts and memories will actually transfer into the podcast recording for the listeners to experience along with us.
Let's try it now.
Let's try now.
I didn't know if you were going to do the noise, so I didn't do the noise.
You could do a noise if you want to do it. And then that's going to be followed by the stereotypical, the tropey, harp, like remembering music.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Do that now.
I'll find one, yeah.
And we're into the clips.
And then after that, I'll be in between. Welcome back to the Comic Literate podcast, and they said that we could not come back for another recording, and by they I mean us. We said that.
Yeah, and we've moved it up a day. We're doing it a day earlier than usual.
Yeah, but irrelevant to the listeners, because all that matters is we are back for one more week.
And as we're recording, the due date for our child was yesterday, so...
I mean, I was just about to make the point that how dedicated we are. I mean, you are here, despite the fact that your girlfriend is currently giving birth right now in the hospital. But you said, as you said to me, quote unquote, you said, the child can wait, podcasting never dies, right?
Yeah, the child can wait, podcasting never dies. This is all true.
Exactly. So, listeners, appreciate the dedication by which my co-host...
let's be honest
lives
here.
by.
It's only been very recently that there's been a cultural expectation that dad is present for the birth.
Yeah.
Many years ago, I would be drunk in a pub right now.
That Mad Men episode where they had the bar in the hospital for the
yeah,
men.
Exactly. Yeah, the dads just go and wet the baby's head, right? I'm joking, of course. I will be present for the birth of my second child because, as we've established...
First is worst.
Because my first child is currently being born and I'm podcasting.
Exactly. And she gets it. She understands. So...
Well, I left a note.
Yeah. Gone podcasting. But with an apostrophe podcasting like fishing.
No G. Podcasting.
Yes, exactly.
Then you can have like a really fun a cappella version for just this episode.
Well, I hope everyone appreciates the new intro because that's staying in.
Hi, Ryan.
Hello, everyone. It's the Comic Literate podcast back again in your ears.
I assume. Fucking ears. Unless you listen via your feet.
Is that a thing?
In which case, send pics, which I will promptly sell on the internet for cold, hard money.
comicliterate@gmail.com. One thing I thought was funny when you talk about the bird powers is there was a moment in Civil War when Falcon, still Falcon, brought out the little drone on his back, which was a little red bird-shaped drone called Red Wing. Yeah. And he's like, say hello to Red Wing, haha. It's like, because in the comics, he had a literal falcon called Red Wing who he psychically told to do stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
When the film came out and, was widely regarded as a great MCU film, like one of the best. The funny part is that a lot of people are like, you cowards, put in Red Wing the Falcon.
Yeah.
Why are you half-arsing this? Like, do it properly.
It wouldn't have fitted as well, but it would have been much funnier.
It would have been funny in a very tense, serious film. Like, I say very tense, relative to
Guy
MCU.
gets his pet bird out.
Just, Whoa. What was that?
Where the fuck have you been hiding a falcon? Oh, he's been there all along.
Tony Stark with a Cap and a Winter Soldier, like, he killed my parents and I can never forgive him. And she's like, oh, like, shh. By the way, shh. This is a very serious moment. One bit of what you might... did you ever see the Doctor Strange film? Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
So in that film, there's
all this stuff.
Yes.
Can you caption it
waving
with
the hands?
Jamie waves his hands.
he's waving his... I'm doing like the blind...
you can ADR it. So
yeah.
I go, all of this stuff.
He's waving his hands in a certain counterclockwise. Now, he's pushing it in clockwise again now. And he's pushing it forward. His palm is out front like a person stopping someone, but he's moving it around. And now he's giving me the finger. Oh no, he's turned it around on himself. Now he's doing it to himself. He's lost control of his hand. Normal stuff. This is why I make notes.
Yeah, it's why I don't. It's more fun.
What's funny as well is you literally have Batman on your socks right now as well.
On one of them.
Yeah, just one of them, listeners. Don't worry. He didn't go crazy and match his socks.
I think there's Superman on there as well.
Yeah, you got the Justice League on there.
Have I got is Wonder Woman on there too?
You got Superman, Batman, and the Flash. Maybe that's just the most recognizable symbols.
If Wonder Woman isn't on these socks, I'm going to take them outside and burn them when we're done with the podcast. Because that's
them, one.
Yeah, this sock.
You just pointed out that you're wearing the one sock.
Then I can go home in one sock.
Yes.
That isn't super misogynist.
Yeah. Again, big contrivance of the Watcher. I was getting on this earlier.
Yeah, sorry.
His whole thing, like, he does it so often.
Yeah.
It's like, I cannot possibly interfere at all. The sky on fire was me, but I've turned it into debris now. So that's the last of my.
I've turned it into debris.
That's the last of my interfering. I cannot possibly do any more. He's like the person who's like, oh, I'm gonna die. I couldn't possibly have a. Well, I'll take a big slice, obviously. Like,
yeah.
I'll have a second slice. He's like that, but with interfering in human history. But then it gets to the point. It's like, oh, my earlier attempts have failed. And he's talking to the Human Torch, and he's like, there's something we could go get. And he was just like, all right, go get it then. And he's like, I couldn't possibly interfere. It's like, for
not
fuck's
again.
sake. Like, every time it's like, well, there's you set the sky on fire and now you draw the line.
My brother in Christ.
Did you use credit? Do you have credit? It's like, this is the amount of interference you can do.
Before the board.
And you spend them all on setting the sky on fire. And now you can't do anything else. And even then, when he's like, I can't interfere anymore, you'll have to go get it. And I'm like, okay.
He sends poor Johnny into space.
But I'm like, that in itself as a concept, like, fair enough. Like, he did stuff earlier. Maybe even now it's like, oh, I did that stuff earlier. I can't do anything now.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, fine. I like that. Then he's like, let me just open up this portal here for you and I'll tell you exactly where to go. It's like, my brother in Christ, you are interfering. You might as well just get the fucking thing yourself.
Yeah,
like,
they said poor Johnny. He's only a child.
It's gotten to the point where it's like, I couldn't possibly. You'll have to do it. I can't do it. I'll just give you the means to get there and the directions to go, and I'll be in your head as you're going to guide you, and I'll show you what it is. Like, just get it yourself.
How does that not count as interfering, you fuckwit?
Exactly. You're not the watcher, you're the doer now.
It's even worse, because if it actually interfered, he wouldn't have risked Johnny's life.
Put it this way, he was building up this Batman-Catwoman marriage.
Yeah.
And then when it came to it, Catwoman was like, if we do this, you're going to be happy. And you not being happy is what makes you a good Batman, so I would be depriving the world of Batman. And everyone was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No, this is the dumbest reason to not do this. Like, on the day they were meant to get married.
Yeah.
Like, it was bullshit. And if Tom King was the one who was like, this is what I want to do, I would say, that's bad.
Yeah.
You've done good up until now, but that's bad. What I would speculate is that DC were like, Batman getting married, is that going to be, is that a bit boring? Or like, he won't be able to like do as much, like maybe, that, again, that's very...
He won't be able to go for beers with his friends on Friday anymore.
With Nightwing.
Like, what is Dick Grayson going to do if Batman can't go for beers?
Bruce, come on, we'll go for beers. Like, I can't, the old ball and chain. She wants to stay in.
And then he's just like, but no, she's going to be out doing burglaries. And he's like, exactly.
Stop her from doing that. Lex Luthor is, and I'm not saying another way, I'm not making any big points or whatever. It's just funny that Lex Luthor presents himself more ethically than Trump.
Yeah.
In two major ways.
Go for it.
So one is, Lex, the reason he's like billionaire is because he's got LexCorp. Like that's his industry that, is why he's so powerful. When he becomes president, he gives up all his stake in LexCorp to appear ethical.
Yeah.
Trump didn't even do that.
No.
And then in this, he makes a point of being like, let's put out a press release, let's condemn the violence, but behind the scenes, like, let's see what's going on. Like, but put out this press release. Trump doesn't even do that.
No.
It's like, both sides, bad guys on both sides.
Yeah.
Like, so I just love that Lex is a more competent and even just appearing ethical, which is hilarious.
That's the title of the episode. Lex Luthor, more ethical president than Donald Trump.
I don't think that's saying
And they
much.
have to wait an hour and a half to get to it. And it's like, oh, that's the bit.
They finally got to it. Hilarious story from Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
He was in they did WandaVision, the TV show, for one of the first proper Marvel MCU shows.
Yeah.
And it was the series was coming out week to week, and it was leading up to his big crescendo, and everyone's speculating about, like, is Mephisto the character going to be introduced, like, or is someone else going to come back? Is one of the X-Men going to come back? Is Wanda going to be revealed to be a mutant finally? Like, all this speculation. And Paul Bettany was in an interview, and he goes, "Yeah, we did some really great stuff on the series. Like, the fans are going to see. I finally got to work with an actor who I've admired for a really long time, and I'm really excited for everyone to get to see that as well." So immediately everyone's like, who have they brought in to play Mephisto? Or whoever character they're going to play, which actor have they brought in he's talking about? Gets to the series finale, and what happens in the story is another Vision turns up.
It's him.
He was talking about himself.
That's so fucking funny.
In the MCU, what they're doing is they're doing a lot of characters with similar power stars. There's a lot of Bucky Barnes is in it, Winter Soldier.
We love Bucky.
Yeah, he's a bloody senator now. He's a US senator in the MCU.
Oh, what? Did that happen in the last film?
It was revealed he was running for Senate, I think. So I think he becomes senator in this, because there's a bit where he's in like a courtroom or like a hearing.
US Senator Barnes.
Yes, and also the Winter Soldier as well. He's an ex-Russian asset who somehow got into American politics, which is in no way reflective of what's happening in the real life. Sometimes they are just round, like they are just bone shaped, covered in metal. Like the original X-Men '97 cartoon had those. But the reason he had those was so he couldn't do as much slicing. So if he attacked someone with it, it was like the claws would go into a character, but there was no blood and they didn't show it, and they was just afterwards just like, oh, I'm really hurt, don't look at it. Like,
again, they can show him poking people full of holes, but he can't get slashy
and can't get sweary
and can't get fucking sweary.
Though that was the series. I thought of this earlier today, and I was like, should I bring this up later? That was the series.
You're gonna know.
That was the series where at one point Charles Xavier is trying to stop Magneto from doing something, and he's lost his helmet. And Charles goes, "Quick, I'm going to make him relive his memories of the Holocaust to stop him."
Jesus Christ!
And that's a horrible thing. Don't get me wrong.
Brutal.
It's the fact what makes me laugh about it is that he jumps straight to that. It's not like you could just disable him, like with your psychic powers. So no, I'm going to make him relive this really traumatic event that's also really culturally insensitive.
Yeah.
But we have to do it because he's a bad guy. So,
God. Did you notice they changed something?
About Gambit?
No, Wolverine. His claws didn't go snicked when they came out.
Yeah. That's a shame. I didn't notice that, but now I realize I'm sad.
It was sneak as opposed to snicked.
Ah.
And it made me really sad.
Is that the Russian pronunciation? When the claws go sneaked. So, my conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
right?
go for it.
And I think if I'm onto something here, this is something, right? In this, when young Kal-El's on Krypton, there's a relatively big plot point about him not wanting. So in Krypton schools, he's getting in trouble because he's actually writing his own reports rather than like generating them using the existing knowledge bank of Krypton, right?
AI.
So, maybe, but hang on with me here, because I think that's the very surface of like how you can interpret that.
Yeah.
But then his parents, like the school called, they're saying you're writing your reports rather than using the the bank of Kryptonian knowledge or whatever. And he's like, I just want to think for myself. Like, I just want to like write with my own words kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, young Kal-El, we're so proud of you. Like, it's that like, yeah. And it's like, who would have thought that that's how that would have gone, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big plot point, whatever. And I kept noticing again, the hierarchy were called the League of Science. Like, that's what the ruling class are called, right? Makes sense for Krypton, very advanced civilization. Like, that makes perfect sense, right? What I started seeing was the parallels to this. So the idea of people rejecting the consensus knowledge and information, rejecting the League of Science, right? Is this an anti-vax allegory?
Right? I saw where you were going.
I painted
COVID is a lie.
I painted a more subtle like journey in my story than this comic did.
Yes.
But I'm like, is that where they're going with this? Like, because that's a very kind of like, don't like, just because everyone else is agreed on this information, it's actually wrong, and it's better for you to do your own research. and then he's essentially rewarded with this because Krypton blows up.
Yeah.
So it's like, is this
anti-vax propaganda?
is absolute Superman anti-vax propaganda.
So the title is now
No.
Absolute Superman, absolutely anti-vax propaganda.
I feel like so
that was a modification. That was retrofitted.
Yeah, but X-23 has it because she was cloned by a offshoot of the Weapon X program. So they were let's make a Wolverine and let's give him the metal as well. But they grafted the metal on her when she was like young, so it like fucked her up a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, because when you did you? I don't know. They might. Well,
because the adamantium isn't going to grow, is it?
No, exactly. I think they might have waited. To be fair, we have to at least wait to put the metal on the child's bones. Like, come on, guys. Not to be a hippie about it, but we do have to let the bones grow first. Is all I'm saying.
We can't weld all those growth plates shut just yet.
Someone has to defend it as if like they're like a politician suggesting socialist laws in America. Like, look, I know, just calm down. Like, I'm not being like
I'm not a communist.
I'm not being a communist about it. I'm just saying we should wait to put metal on the child's bones. Is all I'm saying.
And that one scientist is taken outside and summarily shot.
Yeah, it's like we always put metal on children's bones here. Weapon X.
Look, right, we need the metal on the bones now. Yeah. Okay, we can't wait.
We'll change the metal later if we need. We've got infinite funding and presumably enough adamantium. I did see a news story from one Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah.
So Chip Zdarsky is writing Captain America now. He's taken over. So give a few issues. We'll be reviewing that.
We'll have a look, yeah.
Someone asked him, it was in relation to him and Captain America and Daredevil, because he basically asked, does Captain America cry during sex? Right? I thought this was important for our lowbrow discussions of MASH.
Yeah. Superheroes the fuck.
Exactly. It came up because Daredevil canonically had sex with She-Hulk in the She-Hulk TV show that's part of the MCU. Like, they hooked up. And he was like, does Daredevil cry during sex? Because he's got the whole Catholic guilt and stuff.
Yeah.
And Zdarsky responded to that. He basically said he cries before and after. But during, he knows he's got a job to do.
Hey, Chip Zdarsky, what a guy.
And just supports Matt Murdock, top shagger.
Top shagger.
He might cry before and after.
But he knows he's got a job to do.
Exactly. But then when asked, does Captain America cry during sex? And he said, no, obviously not at all. He does probably salute, though.
Oh, man. I love that, like, the top of the tree comic book writers are having the same discussions that we are.
Well, Zdarsky's one of the best for exactly that reason.
Yeah.
Because he thinks like us.
He's one of us.
He's just like us for real.
He's just like us for realsies.
But yeah, his specific quote, just to get it right, says, I will say he does not cry during sex, but unfortunately, one of the things he does do during sex is salute. And one of the comments I saw, to read a post naturally, one of the top comments under was, so does that mean we definitely know that he only does it doggy style?
Beautiful.
Then at the end of the night, Ben's like, where are we going to now? And Storm's like, well, you know where we're going. They pull up somewhere. He's like, I don't know. He's like, just do it. and he goes in, and it's the apartment of Alicia Masters, who is Thing's girlfriend. And she opens the door, and for anyone who doesn't know, she's blind character, and she's like, "Hey Ben, what's up?" And he's like, "Something's happened. You should feel my face." And she feels his face and immediately starts crying. She's like, "Oh my God, Ben, is that you?" And and Johnny Storm's at the kind of ground floor, like, "I did good." Like, so good on me.
Are they still together though? Yeah,
currently, yeah. There's obviously she had a thing where her dad's a supervillain called he's like a puppet master or something.
I mean the other 51 weeks of the year.
Oh, yeah. They're still together, yeah.
But she just gets one night of non-Rocky loving.
Yes, exactly. And before you ask, we have no idea if they have sex or not when he's the thing, because Marvel have never told us for very obvious reasons.
Which means, unfortunately, Ben doesn't even make it into the running on our top shagger list.
No, it depends how much he's getting in that 1 week.
Wild.
It's that old joke about the average person has sex 50 times a year, where it's like, I'm in for a wild December. It's that whole thing. Do you have any more questions about the Thing's dick, or?
Well, I mean,
because I see that look on your face.
So many questions about the Thing's dick, but we just don't have time this week.
Put a pin in that for next time. So,
well, could you fit a pin in it? That's the point. Is it massive?
We don't know what a rocky urethra is like.
Because the thing is, right? We know
the
that
thing is,
we know that Batman's hung.
Yep, we do know that now.
That's canon.
Yep.
We at least know that
you could argue it's not canon because it was a kind of weird thing where the Joker died and he came back and blah, blah, blah. Go on. I had to get one of those in.
We don't know about any other superheroes' dicks, though, in fairness.
No, we do not. And I think it's better for that.
Do you know what? Because the thing is, if they were going to give us that information, they would all have to have massive dicks. And so it's it would just become pointless.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be like, well, who's got the biggest? Oh, Superman's got the big. Well, Batman's got the biggest. It's like, no one's got dicks.
Superman doesn't have the biggest dick. He just has the best erectile function.
Erectile function?
Yeah.
Is that part of his specific powers?
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
Only when the sun is shining.
At night, he can't get because he doesn't have to.
Yeah. If he's used his powers during the day, that's like, I'm tired. He's got one of those sun lamp things that people I get vitamin C from this sun lamp thing or whatever. You know, that trend.
I mean, we know that Peter Parker's is radioactive.
I think, oh God. If anyone wondering, Spider-Man Rain, check out our episode on that, which I may link if I want to.
Yeah, because that was a weird week. Anyway.
Daken is Wolverine's son. Specifically his bisexual son, which...
Oh, it's Wolverine's bisexual son.
Yeah, I always bring up, it doesn't matter that he's bisexual. I just thought it's just always an interesting point of Wolverine's going to have a son. All right, and he's bisexual. Okay.
Not even gay, bisexual.
Yeah, but the funny thing about him as well is one of his powers, he's got pheromone powers, as part of the kind of animalistic part of the Wolverine lineage or whatever.
Is he maybe a contender for top shagger?
He might be, but the only thing is that he's not as well known. So it's how much of a top shagger can you be if people don't know?
Well, no, because he gets to fly under the radar.
No, but the people who do know him, it's almost like a disparaging. He'll be get with anyone. It's not it's not Daredevil or Dick Grayson. Bloody hell! Your career in the industry of pulling tail,
pulling tail, and this is the week that we finally get cancelled.
Oh yeah, that was intentionally derogatory for comedic effect.
Pulling tail.
By explaining the joke, I've continued making it funny. Superman and Big Bad are I can't quite remember what was happening, but it's got bits and pieces. She's yeah, no, me too. And they're facing each other, and Mr. Miracle is seen between them, just with a disgusted look on his face of I was there's that meme is holy shit, it's the writer's barely disguised fetish.
Yeah.
That's what this story was, essentially.
Wonder Woman.
Of all people to be cuckolded by, fucking Superman. It just read to me as and for the be kids as well. I think they really skirted the line of this was Comics Code approved apparently.
Oh yeah, this is Comics Code Authority era, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean from the 40s, 50s onwards, basically. Yeah. So how they got past this was we're gonna get Superman, we're gonna ruin his decency, we're gonna make a video of him and Big Bada kissing. And she's got a bikini on, kind of. And that's all that's going to happen.
Yeah,
and this video is going to be played in seedy cinemas across the world. That's the story, kids.
That's all that's happening here, children.
Yeah, it was dumb.
One of the things that is charming about Galactus is that whenever we see him, he isn't like, ha 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 ha, I'm going to ruin the day. He's like, I've come here to eat a planet, for I am the guy who eats planets, and I'm going to eat the planet now. And then if you prevent him from eating the planet, he's like, I'm not going to eat this planet anymore. I'm going to go and eat a different planet, for I am the guy who eats planets.
Yeah, he's kind of, when he gets thwarted in the original Fantastic Four story, the first appearance, he is kind of begrudgingly like, well, you've bested me, so I'm going to have to leave your planet alone. He's not like, Drats, you've stopped me from eating, I'll show you. He's just kind of like, I'm a force of nature, you've stopped me, let's call it quits. Like,
yeah, exactly. And so for him to have that baseline emotional attachment to Reed, or at least to express it for whatever reason, I think is a big departure from the character. But I get what they're getting at, because they needed him to say something
incriminating.
Yeah, they needed that twist in the trial, because after Odin's testimony and the Watcher's testimony, it was all going a bit too well.
Yeah, I think what's funny about it is how Reed's kind of thing is like, I did what I'm accused of, but is it a crime? You'll see from these testimonies that I had to save a important part of the universe from dying. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. But then Galactus turns up, it's like, yo, Richards, what up, best friend?
What up, brother? They've got like matching t-shirts on.
Where he's like, shut up. God.
Shut up, we'll go play skee ball later.
I love the introduction of Eternity. I thought it was so funny because there's an interaction. But Galactus has to combine powers with Watcher, like our powers between us, we can summon Eternity. So they summon Eternity. Eternity turns up somehow within the universe, or is somehow still out it, but is connecting with Pete, wherever. And Eternity goes, who summons me?
Yeah.
And Galactus basically like, I summoned you for this trial of Reed Richards. And Eternity goes, such things are known to me, Galactus.
Yeah.
It's like, you just asked who summoned you. Like, and he's just, like, I've never felt sorry for Galactus before, but that's, when someone's like, what's up? And it's like, oh, this up. It's like, yeah, I knew. It's like, stop being a bitch to Galactus.
You know when you have a kind of mean boss who's a little bit incompetent?
Yeah, that was that.
And like they call you into a meeting and they're like, why haven't I got the quarterly report? And you're like, you told me not to work on the quarterly report because we had this other stuff that you needed me to do. And they're like, well, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, clearly you fucking didn't.
Galactus is the one person that he has to answer to.
Yeah,
and it's just
the
like,
universe.
Yeah, and just gets that snappy response. He's like, can't do anything. I'm going to take this out on a planet later.
I'm going to eat so many planets when I get home.
Yeah. I just thought
binge eat an entire galaxy like it's a bag of fucking Maltesers.
Yeah. Oh, we did have a fun comment that I did spot the other day, and I thank you for reminding me because I can bring it up now. It was on the last episode that came out.
I don't remember what the last one was, mate.
It was on the Superman weirdest Superman stories one.
Yeah.
And it was just a comment from someone named Tall Dice Thrower who said, Superman number 125 unironically made me gay.
That's great.
Those rainbow beams, they'll get you. Gotta watch out.
Fantastic. Gold.
Yeah. To the point where actually this writer, I realized after looking up, he wrote on the Daredevil series that was running when I first started reading comics.
Yeah.
So the all new or different. I remembered he created the character as a sidekick of Daredevil's called Blind Spot. And who he was a teenager who had
told me about Blind Spot.
Who had created a invisible costume, literally a technological costume that made him invisible, bend light around him, but Daredevil could see him. Yeah. And he didn't know how Daredevil could see him. So he just became Daredevil's sidekick to teach me how to be as good as you. And try to work out. And there's a point where they were dealing with a Inhuman, I think, who was called Muse. And he was an artist serial killer. So at one point he painted a mural on a wall that involved several hundred liters of blood. They're a bunch of people had to die to make this. But they turn up and Daredevil doesn't want to let on what his powers are to Blind Spot. So he's like, tell me what you see. And he's like, why? And he's like, so I want to hear you assess the crime scene. I want to, we're training you up. Here we go. And he's like, thank God. He's like, well, there's a mural. He's like, yeah. So what's on the mural? And he's like, well, it's like this and that or whatever. He's like, yeah, it's very good. And there's a point where he touches the mural. It's like, Thank Christ he was here. I never would have known what was on the mirror. I can tell there's blood on the wall. I have no idea what it looks like.
I can smell the blood.
Well, he's like, I can take, you can like the texture and everything, but also he wants to get their hands on a bloody wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy. Like, DC have like observed the way that young people speak and interact with each other and gone, fuck it, we're going to write a comic book for you. Have it.
Yeah, and that's probably happened, I would argue, since probably the 70s, where they've been like, what are the kids saying these days? All right, put that in.
Totally. And if you look at, that Golden Age stuff and Silver Age stuff, well, more the Silver Age stuff from the 60s.
60s to 80s, apparently.
There's like 60s hip cat lingo in there, isn't there?
Johnny Storm was
Johnny Storm.
I'm going to a swanky shindig tonight. I can't be dealing with all this science crap, And you're like, whoa, Johnny, calm it down a bit.
All right, Johnny, fucking hell. Do you want to go do some LSD?
Oh, my hand's on fire. Don't know why he's Beatles now, but he is.
Oh, John, my hand's on fire. I think I'm that Johnny Storm from comic books.
As we both know, as soon as you take LSD, you become Liverpudlian.
You become John Lennon.
Yeah.
Your interior monologue just becomes John Lennon and Paul McCartney having an argument.
Yeah. What I always like looking at, they've got the modern Deadpool without his mask look.
Yeah, what? No pupils.
Yeah, because they messed around with that for a while, didn't they? I think the no pupils thing is how he normally looks. I think sometimes his eyes are yellow, but yeah, I think most of the time he has no pupil. I don't know if that's specific. I mean, right here, we've got him next to a Batman who famously does not have pupils when he wears the cowl for some reason. But I don't think with Deadpool, it's hard to say because, one of the normal characters, you got Gordon with his glasses. He's got pupils behind them. So
no, everyone else has pupils, right?
Yeah. Well, no, except Batman with the cowl on.
Yeah, but with the cowl off, Bruce Wayne also has pupils.
And for some reason, Deadpool, without the mask on, also doesn't have pupils.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, it bothered me the first time I read it.
Yeah, and maybe that is meant to be. Maybe he genuinely doesn't. Maybe the character's not meant to have pupils.
How does he see?
He's mutant powers. How do any mutant powers work?
His mutant powers don't give him magical sight that he doesn't need light going into his eyes to achieve, Ryan.
You sound like me now. How are the turntables?
This is going to be a short, isn't it?
I don't know, because it's very inside knowledge short. It's like, this guy sounds like this guy. People are like, who are either of these people? But yeah, no.
It's us. It's Comic Stan and Jamie from the Comic Era podcast.
Don't you know?
Did you not get that from the fucking thumbnail? Like, Jesus.
Yeah, but if it's a short, they don't see the thumbnail.
At the end, they do.
Yeah, but they're asking before the end.
Put the thumbnail in at the start.
If they've got to this point, if this is all a short, they've started it already. And there is no thumbnail.
I'm sorry, the people's bothered me.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Starro the Starfish.
The
intergalactic starfish. They were actually the first Justice League villain. That was the one that Justice League first came together to fight. We're
fighting an evil starfish, see?
Well, yes, back then, like the 50s.
Yeah.
Starfishes were considered exotic back then. But
have you seen Pokemon Legends ZA, right?
No, but go on.
Pokemon Legends ZA. Do you know what Mega Evolutions are?
No.
They're from Gen 6.
Wow.
So they went away from a long time. Basically, some Pokemon got temporary evolutions.
Okay.
So Charizard got one, Mewtwo got one, all the Gen 1 starters got them, and your character had like a stone that you had to collect, and you could temporarily evolve your Charizard into a Mega Charizard, and it made it more powerful. Legends ZA, the new game that just came out for the Switch and the Switch 2, is set in the big city that's kind of at the center of the map of the Gen 6 Pokemon games. So they brought Megas back, and they gave us a bunch of new Megas. I would like you to Google Mega Starmie for me very quickly. Remember Starmie from Generation 1?
Vaguely.
Misty had one. It's a purple starfish with a red gem in the middle. Yeah? Do you remember Starmie?
Yeah. And now obviously, so
Mega Starmie has legs.
That is pretty funny, to be fair.
That's fucking awful. It's an abomination. I know, Patrick.
As Patrick Star from SpongeBob.
But no, it's a fucking abomination, and it's terrifying. And then Starro, that's the same thing.
I mean, two starfish-based characters looking similar is not that outlandish, is it?
No, but Mega Starmie just looks like Starro.
I mean, what's even better was one time Starro was a robin.
Why was Starro Robin?
No idea.
So for reference, we have like whatever's on Ryan's computer up on his TV, so I can also see it. And now it is just a bunch of very distracting images of Power Girl's tit window.
Tit window, yeah. Which I do not understand why they've kept it. Like, that's one of those things. They're like, that's like iconic for the character. I'm like, there's a very obvious reason why she had it originally.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs it anymore.
No,
like,
if but they still do it.
If she can't be a good character in of herself without the tit window, then she shouldn't have it. Hello? She shouldn't exist at all.
I'm sorry, madam, you appear to have tit windows.
Can you roll your tit window up, please? There's children around.
Yeah, it reeks of it.
If they're gonna have that, they should have a male superhero character that has a window on his trunks for his balls, is all I'm saying. If we're talking about equality.
In fairness, mate, if you did that for Dick Grayson, I wouldn't leave the house.
I think that'd cause like car crashes and planes to fall out of the sky.
Have you heard Dick Grayson's got a dick window now?
No, that's two. No, ball window.
Do it what? We think that balls are as interesting and distracting as breasts.
Well, if we're equating one for one, like, it's pretty obvious.
I don't think it's one for one there, mate. I think boobs are elite.
Yeah, I
think all human beings, regardless of their gender or sexuality, would agree with you that boobs are great.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm saying from a biological standpoint, they are considered secondary sexual organs, right? Not primary. Yeah. We know what the primaries are. So if we're talking secondary, like for men, closest is balls, right?
I mean, I agree with your logic. I don't think I agree with the outcome. But
no, I'm not happy about the outcome. I'm just saying I'm following the science.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not. Do you know what? I don't think it's worth spending any more time on this podcast arguing about it.
It's going best of the year.
All windows.
Yeah.
So, quarterfinals.
Yes.
Our first one is Superman versus Power Girl.
Yep.
Two Kryptonians.
Yep. Interesting matchup. They're probably buddies. They probably like each other. If she is Kryptonian in this, which we're just assuming she is, Superman's yellow sun Knuckles
will also power her up.
Exactly. So he's got to shake him off for a tournament, but where can he put them? Do they have lockers? Do they have
lockers?
Do they have the swimming pool key plastic wrist with the key in it to put lock, you know?
That's a really funny observation.
Because if they don't, then he's just going to make them more powerful.
Yeah.
And he's going to be powerful. But yeah. So I got up today on Absolute Batman. And
I had a leaf through it as well.
Yeah. One of the things that we all the fans and everyone reading was waiting for, if you were following along with it, was what's going to happen with Batman's friends, who we know who are probably almost certainly all going to become the villains that they are in the mainline series, right?
Because they're all of the people that became these villains.
Exactly. And the first one that happens in it is Waylon Jones becomes Killer Croc, right?
Yeah.
He gets kidnapped by this Arc M place where they are making people into monsters. Like, that's what they're doing. And they make him into a crocodile man. And it's like, all right, that's a bit contrived. Like, I wasn't really expecting much better anyway. So fair enough. Like, that's how that happened to him. Fine, right? Then, while Bruce Wayne was caught in this silly, Bane goes out kind of doing his own Batman thing.
Yeah.
But he finds Bruce's friends. And you're like, and it's like end of the issue. You're like, what's going to happen or whatever? Next issue, Bruce has escaped. He gets a call. He goes to the hospital. And his friends have basically each been somewhat fucked up by this Bane character, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets into like, what happened to Oswald Cobblepot, Ozzy Cobblepot or whatever. And it's like, Bane, he broke every bone in his body. I don't think he's going to look right after this. He's actually going to be 2 feet shorter than he was. And he's going to kind of hunched over and like, oh shit, he broke him into the Penguin. What are the odds?
He disassembled him and put him back together as the Penguin.
But what about my other good friend, Harvey Dent? What happened to him?
Did he burn half of his face?
He crushed his skull to the point where a crack down the very middle of his face developed and then held him down in a flammable liquid and set it on fire.
Yeah, and his sort of insight into the relationship between Richard, as he calls him, Dick, and Bruce is maybe like
Do you think Alfred was like, sorry, sir, I can't say Dick without laughing?
Yeah, but he's British, isn't he?
Like, you think that? But we would be more like, it's like the Monty Python joke. It's, do you find something funny about my friend Biggus Dickus?
But no, I think that his.
Are you laughing at bigger stickers still?
Yeah. Michael Palin is just
wife.
enormous anus.
No.
What's her name?
Incontinentia.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Incontinentia buttocks.
Of course it is. Yeah, sorry.
But Jason Todd was dead for decades. So it
How
was
how did they bring him back then?
So
was it Shenanigans?
It's two shenanigans. One is even more shenanigans than the other. So originally, so tell you, the retcon version is that someone, almost always Ra's al Ghul, takes Jason Todd's corpse to the Lazarus Pit. And Lazarus Pit is a thing that literally brings people back from the dead. It's how Ra's al Ghul as a character, he is hundreds of years old because he's been using this for so long. And if you use it over an extended period of time, you eventually start to go a bit nuts. But like once is fine. Like once you're probably all right. So he brings him back that way. Yeah, exactly. Once is, or heroin. I think that's a once and you're done kind of thing, isn't it?
No.
You're like, should I go with the joke or not?
I started this joke. And then I'm like, maybe some impressionable people listen to this and they're like...
The Comic Literate podcast told me it was
fucking
fine.
Imagine that article in the EDP. Where
I
it's
mean,
like...
no publicity's bad publicity. So.
It's like impressionable youth does heroin because Comic Book Podcast told them it would be okay to try it once.
New episodes every Monday.
Email us at comicliterate@gmail.com.
Tell us if we inspired you to try drugs.
It's what you expect from a Hellboy comic. Like, Hellboy comic, inherently baked into the premise, is sort of almost a roadmap for what every story's going to look like.
Yeah.
There's something strange in the neighborhood.
Who are you going to call?
Hellboy.
He's a man now, but we still call him boy.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
It's like, was he originally a boy?
Yeah, because that's when he got the name. It's like when he literally first turned up on Earth. He was a little Hellboy.
So I'm aware that, like, at some point he was a child. I mean,
Yeah.
in the context of the comics, was he a boy?
Yes.
So he's aged.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But he came here like, I think this is right in the comics. I'm going by the films, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate for the comics as well. Pretty sure he came over here as a young demon boy World War II.
God, they're coming over here.
Stealing our paranormal detective jobs. Him and that fish bloke. Who also, Guillermo del Toro's other the Oscar-winning film, they're stealing our women as well. The fishmen. Somehow. I think human men have really lowered the bar because the fishmen are jumping in.
Yeah, I mean, human men really have set a low bar, though, haven't they? Fucking hell, man.
We have.
Fucking hell, man.
There's a weird thing where, like, Superman has a weird version of, like, a Kryptonian judo or something.
Yeah.
These developers, like martial arts that you do while you can move in, 6 dimensions as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
Morrison's got a hard on right now. Now you're talking about 6 dimensions.
Yeah.
They're fucking off, mate.
Yeah. Any 4th dimension or higher, they're like, sorry, what? You what, mate? I can't do a Scottish accent.
Oh, 1 minute. Hey, laddie, do you ken about the 5th dimension, eh?
You've been to Kathmandu.
You've been to Kathmandu and smoked so much fucking derp you got taken to the 5th dimension. The videos they've done more unhinged than the things that people say about them.
I will show you the first few seconds of the video. If you search Grant Morrison on YouTube, it's a video from like the late 90s. It's a black background. They're standing at a pedestal. There's like a black background. And you'll see what I mean.
And they're bald in a big leather jacket.
Yeah, that's the only look they do, I think.
It's all they've got.
So it's the first video comes up. You search Grant Morrison. It's Grant Morrison on Chaos Magic, the Occult, and Sigil creation.
Cool.
And this is the first few seconds of the video that I'm showing Jamie.
Mate! The only way I can describe it is if anyone knows what Irvin Welsh looks like. It's like...
I mean, a bald person. Like, a bald masculine-looking person.
A bald, mask-presenting Scottish person. You know who Irvin Welsh is, don't you?
Yeah, train spotting.
Yeah. It's like Irvin Welsh in a black leather jacket going apeshit.
Yeah, exactly, yes. That's the beginning of the talk. Like, they've come out and just gone, and then, like, start the talk.
Wild. They're unhinged. I love it.
Yeah. And the reason is because Stan Lee, and I didn't know this, but now that I've seen it,
died in an explosion.
Sense. Don't know if explosion. He's definitely dead now. We know that much.
He is dead now.
No, he famously...
Or is he just watching?
he could be watching, could be here right now, and in a non-voyeur sense.
No, I reckon he was a voyeur.
I mean, it might be a voyeur thing, but good on him, whatever. But apparently,
he's an old man. If he can even get it up, it's a marvel, isn't it?
Hey. that deserves a bell or a coin or whatever.
A bell?
Whatever stupid noises.
It deserves a bell.
The bell is reserved for when you call a manga a comic. And
Yes.
You get the Mario coin sound for the pun.
Ba-ding.
Or whatever stupid noises we put on this podcast now. But
written by Stan Lee, drawn by Jack Kirby.
So the funny thing about the credits is, did you notice, I don't know if you drew your eye, I only happened to look at this, the actual credits on the issues in the page. So what's funny about them, I think you'll appreciate this. Everyone, it has a little bit at the bottom, like modern comics do. That's always remained. But it has the list, and normally it's, story, pencil, art, colors, whatever. Yeah. This time, so it's Stanley Jack Kirby with inking by Joe Sinnott and lettering by Artie Simek. And these are most of the issues. I don't think the letter was the same on all of them.
Yeah.
The reason I bring this up is because in the box where it tells you who did what, they change it up a little bit each time, right? They're a little bit of fun. See if you can see the similarities between these, right? So the first one says, incredible story by Stan Lee. Incomparable penciling by Jack Kirby. Invincible inking by Joe Sinnott. Inevitable lettering by Artie Simek.
That's great.
And then the next, these are just some of the ones, right? Story by our leader, Stan Lee.
Nice.
Who wrote that.
Rate that.
Illustrations by our idol, Jack Kirby.
Great.
Inking by our star, Joe Sinnott. Lettering by our letterer.
Great.
And then one more. Stan Lee, writer without peer.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby, penciler of the year. Joe Sinnott, inker most sincere. Artie Simek, how'd he get in?
I didn't notice those, and I wish I had.
Does Stan Lee hate Artie Simek, or did he hate Artie Simek?
Well,
whoever that is, a letterer.
Could it have just been a running joke?
The writing is not the most interesting aspect of it. The most interesting aspect of it is, of course, the art. Did you see who the art is by?
Yeah, of course I did, yeah. I'm not stupid.
The famous or infamous, depend on who you ask, the John Romita Jr.
Not the worst thing is, Ryan.
What?
I kind of liked it.
I kind of liked it.
There's so much jank, right? There's so many bad faces, and it's so obviously John Romita Jr., but I was looking at it, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like it.
Well...
So my partner has been reading baby books, and they have been encouraging me to also read baby books, and I've been struggling with the baby books because they're long and they're dense. And she's given me really great ones.
Which normally you like in a book.
And she's given me really great ones as well. Like, I've been leafing through What to Expect When You're Expecting, the classic baby book. I've also been reading some really well-written books that approach it from lots of different perspectives. The book that she gave me, which really hammered it home and which I learned the best from, was a graphic
novel.
It was a graphic novel hypnobirthing book written
by Alan Moore.
If only.
Strap yourself in. Get your cigarettes.
Because I've heard they make for a smaller baby. But no,
he would write that, wouldn't he?
He fucking would. He'd write, mate. He was like 3 bad ideas from putting it in Watchmen.
And then that issue ends, and then the next issue starts, and some of the friends who were in the Shadow Realm are now in the first day of high school.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, we're doing a new
again?
thing now. Yeah. Not even necessarily normal, but they're not in the Shadow Realm.
They're not in the Shadow Realm anymore. How did they get back? Nobody knows, nobody cares.
And maybe this is my Western comic reader, like influenced whatever, but I'm like, how is the first line not, good thing we got out of the Shadow Realm? Like, boy,
are you now missing
exposition? You don't know how good you've got it till it's gone.
No,
you don't miss it till it's gone,
isn't it?
I've just got one more thing to mention, which was I read at the end of this comic. Did you read the bits at the end about it's just a little bit like describing Tom King and Lee Weeks, like
No.
who they are. And there's normally like a bit at the end of comic stuff where it's like, so-and-so has worked on these titles with these, and he lives in blah, blah, blah with his wife and kids. Like it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it is essentially that at the end of this for Tom King and Lee Weeks. But the funny thing is, little reveal about Tom King, which I had heard and thought honestly was a joke. I didn't realize this was true. Tom King, there's a reveal about him in the end, right? You haven't read it.
Yeah.
I would say I'd be shocked if you guessed this.
Okay.
Do you want to bother trying to guess, or do you want me to just tell you?
Just tell me.
Tom King, before writing comics, worked for someone. Who do you think that could be that'd be shocking?
Donald Trump?
No, but you're not that far off.
Bill Clinton?
Not a president, but again, you're close in terms of
Elon Musk?
No, he worked for the CIA.
Fuck off.
He worked.
What the fuck was Tom King doing for the CIA?
Counter-terrorism for the CIA. And
he was doing Patriot Act bullshit.
And honestly, I've been seeing this about Tom King on like forums and stuff like for the past few years. And I honestly just thought it was a joke. Like, I generally thought it was like, I knew Tom King is a controversial writer, quality alone. Like, he hasn't done anything. It's literally just on the quality of some of his writing.
He's quite divisive, isn't he?
Yes, exactly. So when I see people being like, oh yeah, Tom King, bloody CIA agent, or whatever, and I was like, it's funny because you don't like him. Like, I guess that's the joke or whatever. And then I saw this, but at the end I was like, oh shit. Like, no wonder he's so good at constructing narratives.
He worked for the CIA.
When he's not too busy overthrowing foreign governments and putting in puppet dictators, he was working on his screenplays for comic books like
That's hilarious.
It's so crazy.
I think I've just created a new scale by which we can measure these things.
The absolute Superman scale?
No, it's the Call Me Maybe scale, right?
Okay.
So, if you can take a piece of dialogue that a character's used and put, I've just met you and this is crazy, and then whatever they said and it makes sense as a sentence.
I think you're actually the most earnest person I've ever met.
Yeah, exactly. Then we know that it's like that kind of dialogue. Like that's how we met. That is how we now have the Call Me Maybe scale.
It's the Call Me Maybe rule. Are you going off information you have about this person? And again, the worst part about it with the Lois Lane thing is, again, he just saved her life.
Do you have a copy of the comic book in front of you?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you get it up for me? Yeah. What we're going to do now is, just so that I can familiarize myself with it, and I think this will be a fun game on air, I am going to leaf through the pages of this comic book, right? And pick random bits of dialogue and do the Call Me Maybe test on it and see how it works.
I mean, I could give you specific moments, but if you want to try this game, then let's go for it.
Or we can go through Ryan's list of bad pieces of dialogue.
I mean, I've still got a lot to get through. Like
this is a fun little 2-minute tangent that's very on topic. I think this works, right?
Pick an issue.
Okay, I'm going issue 4. All right. Okay. I just met you, and this is crazy. But you're Crenshaw, right? I hear you like to cut people for fun. That's literally page 1, and it already fails the Call Me Maybe test.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna do a couple more.
And that's not even vibe. That's like, I know this information, you know this information, but I'm saying it for the sake of the reader. Like again, for that thing.
I just met you, and this is crazy. But you're retired, General Lane. Do I need to remind you what that means?
I know I'm retired. Why are you telling me?
This is so good. I'm going to do one more.
It's like every line is unnecessary exposition.
I'm not cherry picking these.
No.
I'm just flipping pages, finding a panel, and doing it.
Yeah.
Like, this is obscene.
This is why when you said, I skimmed the dialogue, I'm like, this is why you don't hate it as much as I do.
I just met you, and this is crazy, but I think you're one of the Omega Men here to kill me. Like, it works. Every single piece of dialogue fits.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They've done a lot of great stuff. He's British, right? It's actually a British writer and British artist on here. So God save our gracious king. I'm still not over it.
Oh, mate, you got the wrong monarch.
I know.
In times gone by, that would have got you hanged.
well, don't keep it between us. Don't tell anyone, and we'll just pretend like it never happened.
Don't tell old.
Don't tell
Sausage Fingers the Third.
Don't tell him, or he'll die enemy. Anyway,
that's why I don't drive through any tunnels in France, mate.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't race with the paparazzi. I don't know. We'll leave that on or not. We'll see. I'll see how I feel in the edit.
But in the early noughties in America, the rhetoric around dictatorships and other countries and their systems of governance had gotten quite aggressive. It got more aggressive, 6 months after this was released?
Yes, yeah.
But doesn't this speak as a sort of meditation on American foreign policy? Because
there's a word for it. It's interventionalism or something like that.
Interventionism,
yes, yeah. I know words.
The Americans in the early 2000s, on a political level, but also I think on a cultural level, really thought it was their job
to be the world's police.
To go, yeah, absolutely, to go and police the rest of the world in the way that they were governing themselves.
Which generally, not so great. But on the plus side, it did give us Team America World Police. So, swings and roundabouts. Silver linings.
If you don't cut that into a fucking short, that's the best thing that's ever been said on this podcast, Ryan. Before we started recording, Ryan and I'm letting them into what happens before.
Sure.
Because now we don't record in the plain white room anymore.
No, now we're in some kind of underground bunker. I think
it's
might
a
have been
bunker.
where Hitler killed himself. That does come up later in this.
No, that's why I found it so funny.
Contextually relevant.
Bear in mind, right? We are nearly 100 years removed from that war. But the Star Wars film started in the 1970s, but 30 short years after that war. I mean, nearly 20 years. It's as near as makes no difference 20 odd years after it ended. And they're like, those bad guys that killed all those people, should we name our bad guys just after them?
I think they admitted, anyone who took any kind of issue with it was like, it is a cool name for bad guys, though.
It is, yeah.
Stormtroopers.
No, it is cool.
You can knock the Nazis for a lot, but you can't knock them for style. Let's move on. So, gonna cut some of that out.
All of it.
Some of it. So,
and so I locked myself in my office and was just reading. And I read the first book that I could pick up in a day. And it was 1984. And I reread it in 2020. I remember thinking, given how the state of things has gone, this does seem a bit on the nose now. Because they're using really explicit terms for things that are actually happening in society. So yeah, I get it. It kind of is a bit on the nose.
Do you think Orwell used it at that time because there wasn't as much anti-establishment language in Western culture?
Yeah, totally. That's why he did it.
Yeah. Whereas now we've got quite a bit of it, which is great.
But also, we are now more aware of the way that our governments are surveilling and trying to control us, right?
More people know the word propaganda.
Yes.
Whereas here, years and years ago, you just having a good look at something.
What?
Come on, give us propaganda. That's very funny for British listeners.
People.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the time, propaganda was something that the Nazis did and that we didn't, right?
They're coming up a lot in this episode.
We must have mentioned the Nazis before. I'm also going to go contextually about 3 miles off topic now.
On this podcast?
On this of all podcasts.
A wild tangent. Please go on.
So we see Aquaman for a single panel, right?
Yeah, we do.
And we see Aquaman fighting somebody with what I always thought was a trident.
But it's a quadrant?
Well, it's a 5-tined fork. There's no name for a fork with 5 tines. And then I looked into it, and from the 70s until the 90s, the most common representation of Aquaman's trident was as a 5-pronged fork. And then there's images of Jason Momoa as Aquaman holding a trident, and then holding something that they're calling a trident that isn't a trident. A trident has 3 tines.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where they've just been like, here's his thing, whatever, and it's like us layman's people who are like, oh, trident.
No, it has a name.
Okay.
It has contextually it has a name, and it is called the something magical trident.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, maybe it's just comic artists and writers getting it wrong then.
Well, no, because they designed it to have 5 tines. It's very specifically a sort of design quote where you've got the two outer curved tines, very, very specifically, the one from the 70s, the round from like the 70s to the 90s, has the two curved outer tines, and then the long tine in the middle, and then two kind of straight mid-length tines in between them all. And I'm like, it looks cool, but it's clearly a trident that they've added two tines to, because this one is square. This one's like a big 5-pronged fork. And I'm like, you know what? If my only weapon in fighting underwater crime...
He's a king, so it's more like underwater rebellions and coups and stuff.
If I was quelling an...
it's an underwater mugger. He's like, stop, thief. Like, aren't you like the world leader? Are you like the head of state? Like, it's like if Keir Starmer tried to stop a mugging.
Imagine Keir Starmer trying to stop a mugging.
With a trident.
Get back.
I'm warning you. I'm warning. Like that. I can't do a Keir Starmer impression.
Which British Prime Minister do you think would have been able to stop a mugging with a trident?
Churchill, without even a trident.
I think so. He was quite a sickly man for most of his last premiership.
I was going to say he tried to punch him, and whether the punch connects or not depends on how much he'd drunk by that point. So maybe 90% of the time it would miss.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I couldn't imagine like Harold Wilson just fighting somebody off with a trident.
Gordon Brown, I think, would take a good go at it.
He's blind in one eye, mate.
Yeah, but I don't think that'd let him stop. You know?
Also, Gordon Brown had a history degree, right? So
he knew what a trident was.
Firstly, he would have known that it wasn't a fucking trident. Yes. Secondly, I reckon Gordon Brown would be a real asset on the battlefield because he would have, like, the time he was doing history, he would have learned some medieval war history. Like, that was just on the university syllabus a lot more than it is now. It was a lot trendier. So he would probably know how to manage a good old double envelopment.
So are you putting Gordon Brown forward for stopping a mugging or for leading Atlantis?
Leading Atlantis.
Okay. I mean, you could see that. He's not doing anything right now.
He steered us through the 2008 financial crash, just.
Yeah, just about, yeah. Maybe he could handle sea monsters and that kind of stuff. I quite
liked Gordon Brown.
He was all right. He was fine.
But anyway, that was just something I noticed, and it prompted me to do a couple of Google searches. And I realised that for a solid 2 decades, Marvel decided that they were going to try and... DC, I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's why I'm here.
I'm a professional comic book reviewer.
Yeah, but we don't get you on for your comic book knowledge. I don't know if that's been obvious yet.
But for a while, DC tried to sell us a 5-pronged fork as a trident, and I am incensed.
Yeah, you know what's especially sad about saying all this now on the podcast? I'm pretty sure the Big Bang Theory did this whole bit first. I think there was a bit of Sheldon. I was like, yeah. I thought of it while you were speaking. I was like, I'm about to ruin this guy's day.
I feel shame. Have you watched The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, it's awful. And to be fair, the problem...
Let's be frank.
But the problem with the death penalty thing, and I think that is relevant to this, the problem with the death penalty argument is not... Most people would agree. I think like 99% of people would agree. There are people evil enough who deserve to die. The problem with the debate in itself is how the state proves that the person is that person.
Oh, no, I don't think that any crime deserves death.
No, exactly, and that's what. Yeah, I'm just saying it's like talking about this whole thing generally.
I think once you have a death penalty, you no longer have a civilized society.
Yeah, and that
America.
Yeah, and in this,
they still have the death penalty, right?
In some states, yeah.
Wild, isn't it?
And people are just like. People are like, don't tread on me, don't infringe on my rights, and small government's like, what? The government says he's evil? Oh yeah, kill him. Like, it's so weird.
Although, did you know the last guillotine execution in France?
Really recent. More recent people think.
Same year that Star Wars came out. 1974 was the last guillotine execution in France.
So you don't know now, but you're about to miss a whole franchise. Like, oh, man.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Wish I hadn't done those crimes now.
But by fucking guillotine as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like the same way that Louis went out. Wild.
I do think guillotines could make a comeback if we're talking about like class divide and, kill the rich kind of thing. Like, I'm not saying it should happen. Just for also everything we say on this podcast is jokes. Just to clarify.
I think the guillotine isn't quite right for the British.
Yeah, well, it's very French. I mean, the clue is in the name.
It was invented by the French for the French.
Yes.
And
it's hard to kill someone with a baguette.
It's a challenge. I mean, it's
not impossible.
No, nothing is impossible.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Well, fucking it. A baguette feels a bit
Crusty.
fragile, disintegrating.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever tried to get one home on a bicycle, you'll know what I mean.
Talk about a yeast infection.
Fucking A. Imagine.
Might cut all that out.
No, that's gold.
All right.
Is it Victor?
Could be Vic. It looked a bit small for Victor. Victor's more of a bear and Wolverine's a twink. He's a short twink. So
Wolverine, no, he's not a twink. He's a short king.
Short king, yes. Like us.
Don't you club me in with that.
We're the same height. But anyway.
No, Ryan, categorically.
We saw that on that night out, you remember? We went back to back and it was like, yeah, we're the same height.
No,
your girlfriend confirmed.
Yeah, I don't believe a word she says.
Well, that's you got bigger problems than height, my friend.
Which girlfriend, though?
The current one.
The current one.
Which of the current ones?
Yeah, no. She listens. She listens. She listens every week.
Which one?
Right. That's not funny.
That is very funny.
No, because at some point over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get a text message that just says, which girlfriend, question mark, from her? And I'm going to be like, oh, no.
Can you let me know when she sends you that? Because that'd be hilarious. Probably shouldn't be sending a heavily pregnant woman up into space, one could argue.
One of the many reasons that I think Sue Storm is a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Although, pregnant women...
Don't make the best decisions.
Well, that, but also, in my experience, and this experience is limited, for being quite close to one pregnant woman in one pregnancy, they are prone to
Is only one of your girlfriends pregnant right now?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Just the current one. She fucking hates that bit. She fucking hates that bit. And
if you're listening, hello.
And to the extent, Ryan, that she has listened to the podcast notably less since you've started doing it.
That's how you drive listeners away. Accuse their partners of infidelity.
One specific listener.
And, you know, like I said, I did read the comics, so I can at least touch on the story a little bit as well.
I did not read the comic.
You read as much as you needed to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm busy, you know. I had, like, fucking antenatal shit today, like, you know.
Well, there's going to be something related to that coming up towards the end, which I've not told you about, and I'm full-on shoot surprising you with, so...
Oh, cool. What baby stuff?
You get in a way, but anyway, we'll get to that.
You have won.
You won another baby.
No,
The scan said it was one. That one was hiding behind the other.
The other one was in your other girlfriend.
He admitted it. He finally admitted it.
Imagine if this is how she found out.
I mean, she's heard already, hasn't she? Or has she not listened to... Do you stop her listening to the episodes where I mention it?
Yeah, no, I mean...
Don't listen to this week's, mate. It's really boring. You wouldn't like it.
Do you know what's really funny? She's not been listening that much recently. Because
I made the jokes.
No. Just because she's busy growing a human. Like, bitch has got shit going on. And I mentioned the joke. And I mentioned that the other part of that joke is that I keep saying how much she hates the joke. And she's like... Well, no, don't say that because it makes me sound like a soulless bitch. And I'm like, no, I don't think anyone thinks that, Emily. And she's like, right, I'm gonna go on record and say that I don't care about the joke. And I'm like, cool. So for the record, guys, she doesn't mind the joke.
You heard it here, people. We can continue joking about Jamie's infidelities.
It's when it's when we have to start taking them seriously that it's a problem. It's when we have to come on and make like a prepared statement about my infidelities that has become an issue.
Well, that's when we know when we've made it. Because if as a podcast, when one of the members of the podcast has to issue an apology for being a creep, that's when you know.
Like the Try Guys.
Yeah, exactly. They set the template. We're just following it. I mean, they've done well to stick around for as long as they have. I mean, Space Jam, big revival. Yeah. Like, that brought them... Not even brought them back, but you know what I mean? Like,
was
that
that
was a
late
resurgence.
80s or early 90s?
That was early 90s.
Was it early 90s?
Yeah. And great animation for the time as well.
Well, rotoscoped over real footage as well. Like, that's really cool.
Bloody Lola Bunny confused a lot of young children.
I don't know that Lola Bunny confused me. I think that affirmed everything I knew about myself, Ryan.
I'm actually more certain now than I've ever been. Might have been the start of the furry movement.
Yeah.
Which is big now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it had to start somewhere, and why not there?
And then Space Jam 2 apparently was awful, so...
We saw this first panel. the shark in the dress, and I looked at that and went, "We have to read that, mate. That looks fucking bonkers."
Well, exactly. So I can't remember what the. It was a DC comic. What were we reading?
It was fucking Batman, mate. It was Absolute Batman.
Absolute Batman. So Absolute Batman being a really dark comic, it had this I think the preview itself was good for showing what the tone is, because you've got a shark dressed in a squid dress. Raining sharks on the town.
Yeah, I just saw that paddle and went, that's a Supergirl comic. That's fucking awesome. I want to read that.
And I was going to make the argument that that's how it does it, but it was in an Absolute Batman. But I don't think it was just an Absolute Batman. I think it was like in a bunch of comics, and yeah. So I think they could do more. The problem is, and this segues to a point we were going to talk about earlier, you could present this as, this is for this age, like this is what it's for. But if you do that, are you then going to have parents be like, there's big titty goth girls in this, I don't like it. I don't think kids should read this.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because there are big titty goth girls in there. Like,
is it trying to slip under the wire? Is it trying to be this without overly presenting it, so that if it does filter to the people it's aimed at, you don't have to worry about like...
Because I would like to direct your attention back to that panel for just a moment.
Yeah, it reminded me as a child of seeing these kind of character models in cartoons, being like, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
100%. That is something that a preteen Jamie would have seen, and it would have affirmed my heterosexuality.
I feel weird.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that made me feel some things. It's like,
yeah. It's
like, what's the big one for not our generation, but the generation under us? It's Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah, I think that was early on in the thick 2Cs movement, wasn't it?
Thick MILFs.
Yeah, technically.
So for the audience, we're having a conversation about like comic book characters that have awakened things in people, and Ryan is currently Googling something, and I don't know what it is. Oh no, I do.
I think this is a discussed topic, so I'm going to see if I can.
We had I was in a Teams chat in the office the other day, and this conversation came up, and there was a few weird ones. I've just seen one that definitely was one for a few of the women, which is Robin Hood.
Yep, and some people say the Maid Marian as well.
Maid Marian, obviously Lola Rabbit.
Yeah, like the Space Jam.
Yeah, like...
That started a bloody movement in the furry community. I don't think furry was a thing before.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I think anime had a lot to do with it, because anime was way over-sexualized, and then it came over here, or just Western side general, and parents were like, oh, it's a cartoon, it's for kids, without 100%. Looking at a single frame.
Because like Misty in the Pokemon anime,
she was quite like, the problem with the Pokemon anime, they did a lot of like the Dragon Ball Z stuff. It was like, oh no, the character's naked, and everyone's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. It's like, that's definitely gonna like make some psychic damage to kids that they don't realize until they're in their mid-30s and they're hosting a podcast. But you know what I mean.
Have I just uncovered something?
I mean, if you want like the goth one,
Raven from Teen Titans,
that was my childhood. That's
really?
When I was like, shit. And that again, nowhere near like, I would not call it sexualized at all. But you're being presented with this kind of aesthetic in a character that's really cool, and you're like, oh, like, and then you have these love kind of like teenager, like kind of love interest things where it's like, will they, won't they, and stuff. And you're watching that as a kid, and you're like,
fucking yeah, mate.
That's pretty good.
Shaggy.
The BuzzFeed list said Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
I mean, there is definitely a Scooby-Doo character who should be on that list. I don't know. Slink from Zelda. I mean, Silent.
Link. There's a reason why Link and Twink rhyme, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tommy Pickles from All Grown Up,
which is a spin-off from Rugrats.
I don't think anyone even saw that. Max from the Goofy movie.
Yeah, these are bad, mate. I mean, Megan from Hercules makes a lot of sense. Tarzan makes a lot of sense.
They had the guy from the Atlantis film, but I'm like, the girl in that.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that. The animators had a good time drawing her.
But yeah.
Bad dialogue is not normally like, I didn't understand what was going on. Normally it's, you understand too easily what's going on because the character is just telling you things. Like, that. The prime example I always use is... characters in a thing. They're like, hey, bro, what do you think about? And it's like, okay, they're siblings. Like,
hey, big bro.
Exactly. And
hey, big bro, I'm caught in this washing machine.
I'm stuck. And this is a bad segue for that, but I don't have any siblings. You do.
I do, yeah.
I was only
One sister.
I was only bringing up to ask, have you ever said, hey, sis, or anything like that?
No.
Exactly.
No, I've never walked up to my sister and gone, hey, my younger sibling.
Yes.
Like, you just don't do that.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that's a prime example of that supports how strong this
It's
is.
a really bad moment to make a bad porn reference.
And I was already locked and loaded to be like, make this example of a dialogue thing. And I was like, oh, he's not going to like this now.
So good. No, I'm really glad that's how it panned out. That's really funny.
But yeah, and to be fair, at the end, maybe I'll talk about Thunderbolts, which I saw, and I think that's an interesting case of MCU kind of pulling their shit together and actually making something decent.
Is it out
and
yet?
Yeah, I saw it earlier in the week, and it was really good. But I'll talk more about at the end, like why it's good and why they've been able to make that.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm sure you will. And to be fair, if you leave, I'll just keep the podcast going and it's me talking, and I'll just pretend I'll ADR in you, just being like, yeah,
yes,
cool, sounds
good
interesting,
point, Ryan.
Mildly
You
interesting.
know, if I turn to Ryan at any point and say, good point, Ryan, he's ADR'd it in from me saying it just then, because it's the only time it'll happen.
You've said it before.
I don't know that I have.
Right, pull up the clips. I can't be asked. Maybe the editor will do it. So
We don't. You're the editor. So red coat. But so it's going back to my point.
Yes,
It's
swearing is good.
well, I'm just desensitized to it because I remember being 12 years old and trying to cook a sausage in the microwave, learning that you couldn't do that, and having my mum storm in the room and call me a fucking twat. That doesn't happen in American households. Like, they don't swear that much at each other.
Yeah, I've got a friend with a very young child. I don't know what the ages are that you call a kid, like not a newborn, but just after that, it's like that phase of their life, whatever.
Is it a toddler yet, or is it still a baby?
Yeah, probably, maybe, yeah. I don't know.
I'm learning about these things.
They're moving around by themselves.
Toddler.
Like, I know what, yeah.
If they're ambulating of their own accord, they're a toddler.
Sure. And seeing him around him, and he's just swearing. And I have that second where, like, because if I'm around other people's kids, I have that internal, like, stop swearing now. So when he sweared, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Are we allowed to now?
They say, like, at a certain point, you need to stop swearing around them. But I'm like, if they're being raised in England, fuck it, you know?
Do you want to tell us? It's not quite the story of this issue. It's what is this issue? Like, what happens?
So, the story takes place over 28 pages. Specifically.
And how long real world time?
5 seconds.
5 second story.
And we see a family colliding.
The Johnsons, I believe.
The Johnsons having a head-on collision on the road from New Jersey with a truck and all tragically dying.
Yep, that's it.
And that is what it dwells on. So...
And we chose to start with this comic.
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
I thought it would be less galling than talking about abortion for the end.
Yeah, this episode is tough, man.
What do you want to talk about? Pee-pee poo-poo, abortion rights, or a family of 4 head-on collision? All fatal. I'll take the car crash first, please.
It's so rare that we get Ryan to crack up on air in the episode. You're usually so composed.
It was just the ridiculous. When I realised what I chose, I was like,
what you've done?
Oh boy,
what have you done? So,
thanks for your time and keep up the bullshit. I should have. The most important part I missed is the title of the email. I should have said this at the start. The title of the star is censored in the classic comic book way. Hello, you. So I really should have started on that.
That's so. But did they censor it?
They censored it like the comic books.
Ah, great. Yeah, cool.
Also, I don't know if Hotmail or whatever detects that. Like, you're being sent a death threat. So thanks for censoring. Hopefully this doesn't start a tradition of people being fan mailing with "Hello, you." In the title,
but I would be up for it.
But also, if it happened, that'd be classic comic Literate fanfare anyway. So
thank you so much for writing in. We'll do it.
Yes. So we're going to do a couple of this episode, maybe a couple in a future episode that might come out at some point, but we don't know when.
Yeah, maybe. Like, we might revisit this.
Yes.
You know?
I tell you what, we'll make a promise to the listeners. We will revisit this at some point.
Are we potentially going to revisit this maybe when I'm on paternity leave?
Who's to know?
Are we maybe? Is there also going to be potentially a second episode recorded right now?
Who's to say? It's a mystery.
Maybe we've already recorded it.
Maybe this is the part 2. We're making it sound like part 1 for no reason.
That's not what's happened.
No.
I thought they were teeing themselves up for the next Fantastic Four film being a rescue mission for Johnny.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's equally viable.
Yeah. The only reason they couldn't do anything like that is because
the next appearance is an Avengers
they're now
film.
doing Avengers Doomsday right after.
And we see RBJ Doom at the end in the post-credit scene. And...
The funny thing is, that didn't need to be him.
No.
Because you
was
just
just a
see
cloak.
the cloak and holding the mask. But it was him.
But you know RBJ 100%.
RBJ?
RDJ.
Yeah.
You know RDJ 100%
Robert
would have
Downey
been
Jr. That's a real speech impediment. Robert Downey Jr.
It sounds like Elmer Fudd saying it.
Robert Downey Jr. I'm hunting billionaires. Watch the Batman Elmer Fudd. Listen to that episode.
Yeah, the Batman Elmer Fudd crossover.
Yeah.
So the thing is, right, as a man who loves an autistic, and I say this with great affection, all of my friends seem to be autistic.
Yeah.
Excluding Ryan, weirdly.
Not officially.
Yeah, no, I will concur that there is a sort of charming naivety to this whole thing.
Yeah, and I think age-wise, I think 10 to 12 is where right before teenager, and 13 as well.
Maybe sort of pre-adolescent.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think this fits. And again, I do not know any kids. I don't speak to any children. And
do you not, Ryan?
You surprisingly in my
Ryan,
life,
that shouldn't be something that you have to announce on a podcast, mate.
For the reason being, I don't know what
anything you
kids
say
like.
now is going to make you sound like a paedophile.
We need a song that says we don't diddle kids. We should tell people.
So tell me about all the 10-year-olds you don't spend time with, Ryan.
I mean, they're not in the room right now. No, sorry.
Don't implicate me, motherfucker. I'm about to be a parent. So they've done something here, and it's the first time I've seen it done successfully, and I think I'm going to start using it.
Is it the super-powered rabbit?
The super-powered rabbit is great fun, but no.
There's dog, crypto, everyone knows, fan favorite. There's super-powered cat, who also wears a cape.
Streaks.
First, the most unrealistic thing in this comic, having a cat wear a cape and not just tear it off.
Tear it off.
Dogs, you can dress in whatever and they'll be fine.
But you try and put a cute outfit on a cat,
it will murder you.
It will murder you.
And then the rabbit was fun as well. Real game theory stuff. They were maxing advantage and disadvantages, and they'd come out on top.
It reminded me of Ratchet Gladiator, which is a deep cut PS2 game.
Right.
So basically, Ratchet and Clank end up in a gladiatorial setting.
Yeah.
And so the stages are all levels that lead up to a boss fight, which is one of the other gladiators that you have to fight.
Yeah.
And again, it's that we asked, because there was a certain element of 300 in it. In
this or in the Ratchet thing?
No, not 300. Fuck me. Gladiator film.
Oh, hang on, I think I got it.
Do you think you might have it, Ryan? Yeah. There's a certain element of Gladiator in it.
Yes. But yes, it is the now officially into the realm of spooky season.
That one was much better.
Yeah.
I liked that one. That one was good.
Well, now it's appropriate because we are actually in the month of October, as opposed to last week when we were prematurely spooking, which again, as I've been reliably informed, is very normal for men of our age.
Yeah, it's age appropriate.
Exactly.
Developmentally appropriate for men in their 30s to prematurely spook.
And on that note, we're now in the spooking season.
I mean, do you know what, man? It would be more concerning if we got into a point in our lives where we couldn't spook at all.
Yeah, you'd rather spook than not spook at all.
I'd rather spook prematurely than just be it's the 27th of October and I'm looking down am I even going to spook this year?
When it's the 1st of November, you ain't spooked. That's when you have to see a professional.
Yeah, you have to go and see a spooktologist.
They put a spooktal thermometer. And speaking of measuring spooks, speaking to the story, as we're getting to, and I think what was especially interesting here, again, I've watched most of the 1933 one. It's as you expect, like as you imagine.
Oh, see, he's invisible. We can't see him, see?
Well, there's a bit, I mean, this is the thing, right? I thought it was going to take them longer to get into, like, realizing what's going on, because the guy turns up, he's in bandages, there's all this coat stuff, he's like, I need a room, like give me a room and leave me be, that kind of thing. And then the woman's like, I bought you food, and he's like, leave it at the table, don't bother, don't disturb me again. And then another woman's like, you forgot the mustard with his lunch. He's like, oh, you'll beat the death of me, I'll take up to him. And then it does like a quick, like, his bandages are down while he's eating, and he just pulls up his like handkerchief to hide it. But so it builds up slowly, and then they're like,
"That's so funny." That's really
it's unintentionally funny, even then.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
I mean, I also showed you the bit where they're like, "We need to make sure there's no invisible men in here."
Just walk.
Hey, and listeners, if you're listening, right, just guess how if you thought there was a genuine high chance of an invisible person in your room, how would you make sure there wasn't? Right?
Pause the podcast.
Have a think.
Leave a 5-star review with your guess as a comment on wherever you're listening to this. Leave a positive 5-star review with your guess.
As opposed to a negative 5-star review.
Well, yeah, leave a 5-star review.
-5 stars.
The Comic Literate podcast -5 stars.
Yeah.
Leave a 5-star review with the comment being your guess for how you would your process would be.
An invisible person potentially being in the room.
Yes. Now play.
So if your thought was get a bunch of guys to hold up a fishing net, and not a net like an actual net you could catch fish with. A net like would be dropped in like a jungle booby trap kind of net. And we're going to hold it up and we're going to walk like a wall of men across the room.
It's the fact that it's the wall of men thing.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting them to throw it. And then if it got caught anywhere and it got like snagged on a man-shaped hole, then yeah, right?
Yeah. The only other thing to address is we did put out a very important question last week, which we have had some responses to.
Did we?
So for anyone who didn't listen to, or if you've just forgotten, last week we were covering the Invisible Man, and we asked, very importantly, if you were in a room and you suspected an invisible man was in the room with you.
I remember this.
How would you determine?
Was that me? Was it me that asked that question?
It was both. It's a co-effort. But how would you determine if there was an invisible man
Did we
in the
get
room
some
with
comments?
you? So we got some comments back.
Awesome.
The first one is from Lance Arietta. Is that the best pronunciation?
Lance Arietta, yeah.
Sorry if I've mispronounced it, but I am naively British. So, and you knew that going into this podcast. We don't hide our Britishness at all. They said, I'll swing a broomstick back and forth to find an invisible person.
Great.
And fair enough. I think your movability, like, depending on how big the room is, if you start in one corner and the invisible man's in the other corner,
yeah, if you've got enough
they might just kind of follow the space where you were in, so that might not necessarily be effective. Right. If you're in a small room, very good.
Yeah, if you're in a bathroom, right, scroll down, I'll read the next one. And the next one is from one Michael Blackwood, and they said, to find an invisible person in a room, I would walk in wildly swinging a belt around my head. So they've gone for the
Reminds
same
me
tack.
of Dad.
Oh, you had that one chambered, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I just thought.
So I think the thing is, they've both gone for the same tact.
Yeah. Before I saw belt, I thought I was imagining the walking while, windmilling both of your arms thing.
Yeah.
Which, like if I walk into you and I hit you, it's your fault, kind of, which you just say to the invisible man.
But a belt makes more sense than a broomstick, because a belt would interact a bit more.
But a broomstick's got more length, so it covers a more
Depends on how fat you are.
Well, the broom.
Well, no, the belt.
Yeah, true. But then if you're
bigger people wear bigger belts, Ryan.
But if you're a bigger person, you might not be able to get as bigger,
Yeah, so what you need
the cardio alone in swinging a belt.
What you need is a skinny guy with a really fat friend, and they
give me
borrow their belt.
Also, the whole thing takes place in England. I didn't realise that until I watched the film. So everyone's British in it, yeah.
Oh, are they all British?
They're all
British. All British, Governor?
Bloody hell, I can't see him with my eyes.
So it isn't like see, you can't see him. It's Governor, he's disappeared over here.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He's taken off his bandages. There was nothing under there.
There was nothing underneath it, sir. I've got rickets.
All British people had rickets in the 30s.
Oh, mate, yeah, malnourished. It was rationing.
I've got rickets on me rickets, governor.
And then we just evolved with them.
I love that we, a very British podcast, have descended into just mocking the British for the fun of it.
Yeah, but we mock every white nationality. So on one of the pages I'm just seeing here, I think we do have the circles. So we have limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, treachery. So those are the 9 circles of hell.
I love that fraud is right up there.
Yeah, apparently. So violence is one thing, but lying to people, like,
oh god, yeah, you can't believe you committed fraud.
I feel like these 9 circles might have been put together in the same way that a lot of religions are, with fashion to be like, this is how we guide the people to, like, these are the worst things you could do, which is treachery and fraud, and the lust and gluttony. It's like, we don't care about that. Like, we don't, like, 2 circles most.
If anything, you guys fucking makes more peasants to work for us, and gluttony is just more food you need to buy from us.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, lust and gluttony are definitely sins that you should not engage in. Would you like more bread, sir?
But God help you if you lie in your tax form.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the second worst.
Fraud, though, you hide a penny from me, you.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing worse than that is treason, which is just fraud on a higher level, like a higher stakes level, really, when you think about it.
Treason is just fraud that affects the king, right?
Yes, exactly. Shame on you, Dane. You thought you were free from mockery from the Comic Lyra podcast. You got another thing coming just because you wrote the Dante's Inferno or whatever. Is that what it's called?
For the listener, there's going to be a little bit of a
gap.
Because Ryan just got angry at a delivery driver whistling.
Every couple of days.
Let the man be happy.
He comes around, so...
It was quite tuneful.
Yeah, when you hear it once or twice, it's like, oh, fair enough, good on him. When it's repeated, you're like, shut up. Can you not whistle?
No.
You're there. You're at the starting point. So
never been able to whistle.
If you worked on it, like, you've got the starting point and you could build from that. You've got to don't try as hard. This is not interesting podcasting. I'll tell you what, whistle.
If you hold my microphone briefly.
Oh, he's doing the wolf whistle.
No, better than that. Can you narrate what I'm doing while I'm doing it?
He's doing the hand farting thing.
Oh, God, I'm doing it badly.
To me, it's still impressive. So that was a hand whistle with motions to reverb the whistling, which was pretty interesting. I've never attempted that.
I can hoot like a pigeon.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Can you attract pigeons with it?
I can.
Wow.
Would you like to hear a fun story?
All right, we're tangenting for a pigeon story, everyone.
So, I was at a Jubilee party on my council estate when I was a kid. It would have been maybe her golden Jubilee. Like,
it was one of the many.
We're talking in the mid-noughties, so whenever there was a big thing for the now long-gone Queen. And 2 blokes from opposite ends of the estate who'd never met each other were stood, and I shit you not, this fucking happened. They were stood around a barbecue, and they were talking, and one of them said, oh yeah, because I talk to the owls in the field behind my house every night. And he was like, what do you mean? He went, oh, I can do this. And he did the same owl call that I just did. And then the other bloke looked at him and went, that's funny. So do I. And it turns out for months, these 2 blokes have been going into their back gardens and making owl calls at each other, thinking they were talking to a fucking owl. And that actually happened. I witnessed that conversation as a child, and it's still the funniest thing I've ever seen.
There's going to be quite the turn, but I still think of Warren's saying that's like the really wholesome version of when 2 kids are talking online and it turns out they're both pedophiles.
Jesus Christ.
I warned you. I warned you before.
My brother in Christ.
This is why the podcast is never going to get monetized. Anyway, let's keep this gravy train rolling of good quality comics while we can, yeah?
I wonder what a gravy train is. Do you reckon it's just a train that carries gravy?
I imagine it's... Do you ever... You know The Simpsons where they're the pool mobile?
Yeah.
Imagine a train carrying gravy, but there's no lids on the tops of the things. So it's like, we've got to keep this gravy train going, because if we don't, it's just going to all splash out.
Every time we break,
we have to slow down very slowly every time.
And keep the gravy train moving.
Exactly, yeah. I think we've solved it.
I think we have. Well done.
And if you're listening and you think, actually, it's for a different reason, I'm going to write in and tell them, do, but also don't.
Cue the music.
We've cued the music already.
I think we should have a new... I'm going to make it a bit that anytime I cue the music just plays.
I'd love to see how you enforce that.
Well, yeah. Can we try it?
If one day, if we invest in a soundboard with buttons, then we could do something like that.
Cue the music.
Yeah, still not working. I mean, I'm telling you from the future, it's definitely not working.
But I think it's funny.
It's one of the few times I can accurately predict the future and tell you that.
Well, because you're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
How much work is it for you to just snip a little bit out of the music and then play the ba-da-da-da-da-da in the middle of the podcast?
I mean, enough that I can't be asked to do it. Relative to other work, like other jobs, it's barely anything, but it's still not enough for me to think that I would bother doing it.
Well, then you should do the credits then. This is the point I was going to make.
Yeah.
Is that we have clear evidence here, and we've talked about this on the podcast before. Ryan has an interior monologue. I do not.
Yeah. I think in words to myself, and you cannot describe how you think.
Yeah, so I can make myself do that, and I can talk to myself in my head, but my thoughts do not appear to me in language. For all of you, like, lip readers,
that's a different thing.
For people with interior monologues,
you word thinkers.
Yeah, for all of you dirty word thinkers,
which apparently half.
Yeah, no, it's around 50%. So for the 50% of you that have an interior monologue, the way I think is baffling. To me, what happens in your brain, Ryan, sounds exhausting.
But here's the weird thing about it, right? And I get where you're coming from, but like, I can articulate how I think. You can't. So which is the weirder one? I was like, I think like this. And you're like, I don't know. I can't describe it.
I can tell you how it works. I just think. Like, I don't...
That's not telling me how it works.
But the interior monologue feels like it's going to be really slow. Like, because you can't think quicker than you can talk, right?
Yeah, of course you can. That's the problem. You know, people like stutters and stuff. Like that's
because they're
like
thinking...
the words are being like sent from the brain to the mouth so quickly that they get jumbled in the mouth. Like that's apparently why it works.
But anyway, this is clear evidence that Elmer Fudd is a word thinker.
All comic book characters are, because they all have narrations and stuff.
Do we think that's why everyone's... Yeah, no, this is it, isn't it? Every once in a while, you get a comic book character that doesn't have an interior monologue, and they're like me. They're normal people.
The funny thing is...
Who don't narrate their thoughts to themselves. It just seems bonkers to me that that's how people think.
That I understand. Like, it's weird thinking the other side.
Yeah.
Again, I can explain mine, so that's why mine is more normal than yours, is in my opinion.
What, because mine's ineffable, it's not normal?
Yes, you can't articulate it. Maybe if you had words in your head,
right,
you could articulate it. What's interesting is that whole thing is crazy to think that, like, in this and in TV shows and films with interior monologues and stuff, that half the population, and one of those things that people never talked about, it's the same as like there was like standing up or sitting down wiping ass or something like that. One of those things that just never got discussed.
Stand-up wipers, by the way, fucking weirdos. Yeah. You're just squeezing the poo in more,
Don't
right?
understand it, no.
We're
on the same page on that, I forgot.
Fucking A.
But
I didn't need an interior monologue to work that one out, mate. That's just common sense.
You had a picture in your head of shitty ass cheeks, and you were like, I get it. I've worked it out. Right, anyway. While Superman landed with the good old homely slice of American life,
the Kents.
The evil one, or he would become evil because he landed with like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of double act.
Yeah.
Who immediately they're like, that must be one of my enemies here to get me. It's like, you're a 40s gangster. Do your enemies have space? All right, maybe they do in this universe. But then they open it and there's a baby. And the bad guy, who just is a 40s gangster, is like, I'm going to do the voice how I heard it in my head.
Right, okay, that's fun.
For this line. But he says, say, I'll bet this baby was sent from another world, see?
That's great. Well done.
But it's just like, wow, you really pieced 2 and 2 together. Was it the rocket that fell from the sky that clued you in on that? But
Yeah.
Good one.
But if you are the owner of a Jeep, 1 minute, I'm going to get the reg. I'm calling their reg out publicly and we're leaving it on the podcast.
Yeah, famously, the comic book fans of international listenership will probably be able to help with this.
Right, I don't have the reg. But if you are the person...
The gusto with which he grabbed his phone, ladies and
If you
gentlemen.
are the person who parked your year-old Jeep in front of my fucking house last night, got your number,
You're
sunshine.
going to have to give your address for people to be able to find the person.
No. Do you know what, Ryan? It's not worth that. I realised that as I went into
You were
this.
about to start.
I was about to dox myself on the internet because I'm parked in my driveway.
There's going to be another long beat. Like, did he just swear for it? No, he said his address.
He said his full postal address and national insurance number. So one of the things that I really want to do is... God, we are going on a big tangent.
I'll put time codes in.
We're aiming to like screen free our baby for as long as possible.
Good luck.
Well, yeah, but a big part of that is that like the screens aren't the issue; it's the internet that they're hooked up to.
Yeah, of course.
And so old video games are like actually quite good for development.
Yeah.
They're good for building confidence and spatial reasoning and problem solving. And so I am now having to compile a list of really good video games for like child development. And
I mean, like Mario is probably Mario and Sonic are
Sonic
really good
are
for
good
those.
shouts, yeah. Just, but stuff that's held up as being quite good.
Yeah.
And then finding legitimate ways of having this game library available to a child. I've got a few years, and it's probably going to be one of the fun parenting projects.
One word, emulators.
I know, but like... There's a charm to cartridges and discs.
Yeah, but the problem, the
I
other
run
side of the charm is
emulators.
they're rare or they don't work anymore.
Because I run emulators. No, I don't. Nintendo. I don't emulate.
Nintendo, if you're listening, that was a joke.
Yeah. Nintendo, please don't at me. I've never emulated any of your games.
Nintendo, open. Oh shit, the lawyers are here. Anyway.
Yeah. So in issue 1, we meet the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, it's also 4 issues, but I think they're longer than normal issues.
They're like
so.
50-page issues.
Yeah.
There's 250 pages of this shit. This
Yes.
is like a full novel's worth.
And
like,
we did this real last minute.
Yeah, I mean, I read this. I was literally smashed this in, drove here in the rain. Lol.
Another part we won't mention on the podcast,
Yeah,
but if we
absolutely.
ever launch a Patreon, then it'll be in there.
That story will be in there.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about it, but
Almost had to start using the banked episodes early.
don't. Fucking don't, man. My partner listens to this podcast. I'll be in so much trouble.
With which one? Sorry, go on.
I mean, one of the pregnant ones. Like, they have the most need of me.
As we've established, pregnancy is a spectrum.
Pregnancy is a spectrum.
Anyway, now we're near the end. Would you like to tell your geese story? We promised the people. We promised them.
So, for reference, guys, I drive a tiny little 2-seater sports car. My partner sent me today to collect a chest of drawers in my tiny little 2-seater sports car. I turn up at this house. It's on a road in Norwich that is notorious for being really difficult because...
One of many, to be fair.
Yeah, so it has the problem that you have in a lot of cities with these little terraced housing estates whereby you can only fit one car down the street because people park on either side of the road. This one's unique in that it's really long, it's kind of curved, and it's up a hill.
Yeah.
So when you have to reverse the entire way up it, it's very stressful, and like traffic mounts up on both sides. It goes onto a main road at both sides. It becomes annoying. So anyway, I go through this whole rigmarole of like reversing back and joshing for position, and I finally get to this house. And then the woman opens the door and there's just 2 goslings.
Not Ryan's.
There's just 2 goslings in the living room.
Baby geese?
Yeah, baby. But one of them is like 5 weeks old, so he's quite mature and he's getting his feathers. And the other one is a day old. And they spend the entire time that I'm like, the entire duration of this transaction where I'm trying to buy this chest of drawers from these two women, they're just trying to stop 5-week-old Gosling from murdering day-old Gosling. And I look at them and I'm like, why have you got two geese?
You literally experienced real-life Looney Tunes before reading a Looney Tunes DC crossover.
Yeah, so I ask, and it's like...
And this was today.
This was like before I got here. And there was an older woman whose house it clearly was, and her daughter who was like quite sort of preoccupied with trying to maintain the safety of this tiny little goose. And I'm like, why have you got geese? And the older woman looks at me and goes, I don't know. And I'm like, no, that isn't an acceptable
you
answer.
Cannot. No.
And she said, well, my husband came home with a bunch of goose eggs. And I was like, no, that's a reason you have breakfast, not a reason you have geese. Why do you have geese? And she was like, well, he came home with the goose eggs. And then like a few days later, an incubator turned up. And I was like, oh, where's your husband? She went, he's fucked off on work. So he brought a bunch of goose eggs, right, into the house and then put them in an incubator and was like, by the way, I've got like a 2-week work trip. She was like, how long are these eggs going to take to hatch? And he was like, I don't know. So there's just fucking geese everywhere.
I know you're telling a story, but can you keep the foul language down?
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, come for the comic book talk, stay for the foul stories.
Yeah, so I got to hang out with some geese today in a terrace house. It was a weird day, man.
Yeah, you told me this before we recorded. I was like, save that for the podcast, because that's going in the best of.
Gold.
Your eyes have a twinkle in them again.
Do they?
Yeah, they were quite dead in the past episodes.
Have I got my twinkle back?
The twinkle in your eye, which is also the same reason that we will have an interrupted schedule in November.
Yeah,
we'll get to
the child that is still but a twinkle in my... Well, no.
But a twinkle.
We have to edit that. Can you bleep out the pronoun I accidentally just used for the baby whose gender I'm not supposed to be telling people?
I can cut all this part out, to be fair.
No, that's okay. No, the baby is no longer but a twinkle in my eye.
Right now, the baby is a sensor beep. That is their pronoun right now. We don't need to get into it. We get to the comic.
Well, no, because some of the illiterates might have had this experience where they've had children. If you are an illiterate who is the partner of somebody who is pregnant, potentially with your child, the thing that you will probably have is a weekly fruit update, right? And
same with tumors. It's the two things that are measured by fruits.
It is. No, it is.
And they're not that dissimilar when you really think about it.
God, Ryan, you're really showing your opinions now.
This is the first 5 minutes of the episode.
So before we get into the comic, I've had a weekly fruit update, and then my partner turned to me today and went, "Do you want to know?"
Banana.
No, it's never banana because it's a weird shape. She was like, "Do you want to know what fruit the app is saying the baby is this week?" And I said, "Yeah." She said a fucking cinnamon roll. And I'm like, that's not a fruit.
That's an American fruit.
Yeah. Maybe,
it's got cinnamon, isn't that?
Maybe
is that a fruit?
Maybe in the Pacific Northwest, that passes where they put gummy bears in salads. But in Blighty, in the King's home, that is not a fruit, sir. That is confectionery.
At least say cherry bakewell.
No, because it's bigger than a cherry bakewell now.
But at some point, it was on the cherry bakewell scale.
At some point, yeah. At some point, maybe like 5 or 6 weeks ago, it would have been about the size of a cherry bakewell.
Let me know when it gets to shepherd's pie size.
Why did you do a bad British accent? You are British.
That's the skill. That's the amazing skill of it.
Can you introduce the comic book in that accent, please?
Oh, Christ.
And it comes up all the time on the podcast.
Yes.
We reference it constantly.
We were going to do it for Halloween, and then it just didn't work out that way.
It just didn't work out that way.
So one day.
I mean, should we make that like one of the things that we do when I first come back?
You said you wanted some easier reading when you come in.
Did,
That's going to be like Batman schlop. Like this is the Batman story that's happening right now.
I'm not going to be recording for a couple months. Like I think there's actually going to be a bit of time where it's like I'm rusty.
Yeah, no, exactly. So you need something simple and easy by the numbers. So
yeah.
So Batman, Spider-Man, Superman schlock.
Because it is interesting, like how man. I mean, this is getting maybe a bit navel-gazy about it all.
Us
on this podcast. But there is a certain degree of like, people think that podcasting is easy, right? But you do.
Are you about to have a, look, I know teachers and nurses and stuff, but podcasting?
No. Like, I'm not suggesting it's any easier or any harder than any real profession.
For the listeners who are wondering, I had to cut out a massive tirade that Jamie had against nurses and teachers and stuff because he said they don't know real work like podcasting. So
that's so obviously not true.
I just want everyone to know I had to edit that out. a 50 minutes.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning now.
He was like, and they get 6 weeks off at summer. That was a quote.
But no. Right, and that's time to call it.
It's a good way to end it. And if you listen to us and you do agree with us, or at the very least just like what we say, tell your friends. Say, these guys host Comic Book Podcast, and they're really cool, and you should listen to it as well. Use that exact wording.
They're really cool.
They're really cool and thoughtful.
Do you know, when I met my partner...
Which one?
You can fuck off.
It's the best running joke.
She found out I had a podcast, and her friend did a recce and listened to the podcast and was like, it's okay, Emily, it's not that kind of podcast. He's just a nerd and he talks with his nerdy friend about comic books. He's not a horrible misogynist.
On the spectrum of podcasts, look, I suppose talking about spectrums again. On the spectrum of podcasts, we're closer to the Mark Maron end than the Joe Rogan other side.
Yeah. But honestly, if you, as a straight white man, if you tell a woman that you have a podcast now, it is a red flag.
It can be a red flag. I think that's...
Well, no. The point is, it's a red flag until proven otherwise.
Yes.
Like, somebody vetted our podcast and was like, yeah, it's just two nerds talking about comic books. It's fine.
How was the podcast? They seem harmless.
This is literally it. She was like, it seems harmless.
Tell your friends, a harmless podcast.
The Comic Literate podcast, it seems harmless.
It's harmless. And if you can leave a 5-star review with that phrasing, that'd be the best.
So good. It's mostly harmless.
Wow, what an amazing year it's been.
What an incredible year. What hilarious clips that I've definitely just heard.
I loved reminiscing and re-experiencing all of those memories, and I hope you at home did too.
So thank you so much for listening. So we
got a couple more banked episodes that we're going to use because we've got them.
Yeah, Ryan pulled me off the bench out of paternity leave just to do the Christmas episode.
Just when I thought I was out here, pulled me right back in, you know, that thing.
Cheers and jeers of the year, just to say hi for the clip show. And then in a few weeks, we're back to normal recording. So enjoy Batman Returns, I suppose.
Dark Knight Returns, yes.
Dark
the big
Knight Returns.
One.
Yeah, the big one. Like Frank Miller, Dark Knight Returns. Enjoy that next week. It's a great episode from what I remember. There might even be a clip of it in this one.
And there was 2 episodes. There's 2 parts even. So
oh, shit, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. No, it's literally 2 weeks of the Dark Knight. No, those were good episodes.
They were some of our best. I've edited some of them. I think it's some of our best work. I dare to, not to pat ourselves on the back too much, but I think we did pretty well, actually.
Look forward to that. And then we'll be back, business as usual, in a couple of weeks.
End of January.
Towards the end of Jan. Peace. Peace and love.
Thanks. And thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, then please subscribe to get notified of our future episodes as well. And if you're feeling particularly generous, then please leave a 5-star review on whatever podcast app you're using. If you'd like to get in contact with us, then send an email to comicliterate@gmail.com. You can also watch videos by me on the Comic Stand YouTube page, which is linked in the description. Thank you, goodbye.